Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel at Karokagwere7213. Thank you for following up on the topic overcoming fear. I hope you're learning something, and once you learn something, please ensure you give me a thumbs up and also a comment. Okay, so far we've talked about 2 rules on how to overcome fear. Rule number 1, do what you fear most. Rule number 2, think positively. And today I want to talk about rule number 3. Rule number 3 is you write down words of affirmation and recite them loudly on daily basis and as many times as you can. Words of affirmation, they are words meant to encourage you and to remind you of who you are. For instance, you can decide to write words like, let's say for example, I won't tell you the real thing I do, my words, but let me just take an example. I, as a lady, I can say, I, Caro, I am beautiful, strong, courageous, and hardworking. How does that sound? And remember, you recite them on daily basis and as many times as possible. Not in your heart, but in a loud voice, just as you've heard me saying them. So, take a paper and a pen and think of the right words of affirmation you can write for yourself. Write them down. When you wake up in the morning, ensure you say those words. And maybe as you walk around, as you work and you have a free time, when you're tired, you can say them in any place, just to remind you of who you are. And mostly, ensure when something that you fear most comes on your way, remind yourself of how strong and courageous you are. Remind yourself of how brave you are. For example, I remember one time in my life that I had gone through a lot of challenges and I found myself crying most of the time. So one day I went into a mirror, looked at myself while crying, and I just said loudly, Carol, you can do this. Those words couldn't come out of my mouth easily, but I had to force them out of my mouth. I had to remind myself that I am a strong woman. And within just few minutes, I felt better. I stopped crying and life just moved on. So, it is usually an effective way to do that. Once in a while, whether a lady or a gent, you can go look at yourself in a mirror and remind yourself of those words of affirmation. Tell yourself that you are courageous, you are brave, you can make it, you can do that thing that you fear most. If it's a business you want to start, remind yourself that you're strong and you are able to yield more profit in that field. If it's someone you're afraid to face, just remind yourself that you are courageous, you are confident. And trust you me, when you do that, you'll find yourself overcoming a lot of things that you fear most. That's the end of the rule number 3. I hope you are learning, and please do not forget to give me a thumbs up. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please show me some love and hit the subscribe button.